studies, one of the things I've always looked at and had thought about was exactly what it was that made people like you. Because you know, it's in our free will. We can like and love anyone we like. However, to be liked and loved, the opposite, is the hardest thing on earth. And while I was thinking about that, came a point when I said to myself, has money got anything to do with this issue? Do people love each other or like each other because there's money involved? Which makes the world go round, as some people say. So then I noticed, especially in smaller companies, harder to know with the bigger ones, when it was the boss who paid the money to the workers, he was the least loved. For some reason, the workers usually thought they should be getting more money for the work they put in. So I came to the conclusion that it really wasn't money, and I was wondering all along what it could have been until I came and read the passage from the Quran where it said, or at least I used to think, people must have done some nice things in their lives for people to like them, was my verdict before I read the passage from the Quran. And in that passage with the Quran, which is in Virgin Mary's chapter, which is 19 and verse 96, if you will check this out, says, if you do God's work correctly, God will love you for what you're doing, and will make sure that others will love you as well. So basically, it's all to do with this, what we've been discussing all along. And of course, God brings people together to love each other. And then people marry each other for the love that they have had between themselves. But eventually this love changes a great deal from the day of marriage to a mature relationship in life. But one thing remains solid. The love towards God keeps increasing if you are a believer. This is what I have experienced in my life. This, I think, concludes the issue about the love you need to put in the glass is what comes out of it. Something I had said earlier on.
Okay. Thank you.
We're just coming closer to Iznik, Nicaea. It's the Children's Day. They're all over the place. If you're here in summer, you'll see people going in the lake. It's a fun place. And very soon we will be by the waterfront for our lunch. And then right where we have lunch, in fact, is where, as Father Tom was just telling us, that's remains of the palace. And underneath the water, remains of the first Saint Sophia, because this lake is volcanic, everyone. Please understand that. There's another lake after this one, which is called Sapanca. And if you remember, Sapanca is where we stopped for facilities when we left Istanbul. That was our first stop. And I said, we have a condo on the lake in Sapanca. If you remember that. So the Sapanca lake is the next lake. And what happened during this 1999 earthquake, the lake came closer to the houses. and the shoreline was like 25 centimeters deep when you stepped into the water. Now it's 5 meters deep. And it passed right through here, the fault line. And that's what really has affected the first St. Sophia to be under the water. And that's the reason for all the steps we will see where we have lunch belonging to that palace of Constantine the Great.
Zeytinyağını çeneye dayıyor.
İçiyor. Is coming into Iznik, everyone. These are lakefront properties on the left-hand side. Very popular. And this is where people from Istanbul spend their weekends. Like a little retreat. Like in Laodicea, the streets are in such a fashion, they intersect. We discussed this before. And there are 4 entrances from the north, the south, the west, and the east coming into an ancient Greco-Roman town.
Ha? Değil mi?
Çocuk ya, araba sürüyor, baba senin önünde çalıştırmış işte.
Hayır yani kullanan çocuk mu değil mi?
26-21 yaşlarında böyle 15 yaşında.
Öğretiyor yani. Sarı konaklar.
This is a newly built section here, the yellow ones.
And there's your hotel.
Hotel Aydın. Welcome to Hotel Aydın. It's like Hotel California.
Otel bulacağım. İsminde kolay boy yapacağım. Kerhane'yi çalıştıracağım. Nasıl olur lan?
Mezarlıkları da hazır.
Sahil heveslenme Necat'tan başkasını vermiş.
Bunu kastettim.
Evet tamam.
This is the entrance to the city, here on the left-hand side.
Ya sen çok geniş bir yol. Buradacılar kazanır.
A new mosque on the right.
What's the population?
Iznik is about 18,000 right now.
Aralık çıkıyor.
Tabii vallahi hiç tenezzül edip sola kafayı çevirmiyor.
Güzel parke yolu yapmışlar abi.
Evet. Çok yakın bir zamanda geldik bir sene önce.
Buradan sola döneceğiz abi şimdi. Yuvarlak. This is Saint Sophia, where the Seventh Ecumenical Council took place on the right, everyone. Was converted to a mosque,
Burada
and there's only one minaret left of it.
yat yat Allah rahatsız olma.
Vallahi billahi yani. Öyle bir ifade var yüzünde. Diyor ki şimdi de geldi bu otobüs diyor peşimize diyor.
Oraya sokmaya çalışıyor.
Ulan sen onu yapıyorsun ama arkandan senin kıçına bir koyarlar valla şeye kadar
Birine bakarken
gidersin.
öbürü şuradaki arabaları bir halledin ya. Hayret bir şey ya.
Arabaya bak arabaya. Bunu tarif edemiyorsun.
Yo, gidiyor, göle doğru gidiyor.
Ona yol tarif.
O işlerle uğraşacak hali yok abiciğim. Evet. Bunlar da buraya park etmiş. Şu camı açıp söylesene yanından geçerken.
Oradan
abi
dönüş
kapıyı.
kapalı abi. Dönüş kapalı.
Aç camını söyle buna.
Şu dönüş çok dar alan olmuş. Oradan
İki tane de araba park etmiş. Adama söylüyorsun hala yerleşmeye çalışıyor.
İki araba. Şu bu aşağıya aslında. Zorlanıyoruz yazık günah ya. Tamam bunu geçelim. Söylemez. Şu çayını mayını bir içsin. Poğaçasını falan.
Ya orada nasıl bir yer ya? Şu reziller bak ya. Ya tek gün falan mı ya?
Yok.
Bir de bu amcam paso geliyor. Biz nereye gideceğiz bilmiyorum ki ya.
Nurettin inip yolu açman lazım. Başka çaresi yok.
Bu vurduğundan yapmış bu adam. Bir arabadan kaçacak.
Beautiful shoes.
You like them?
These kids are just she's just I'm the best.
Byzantine brickwork incorporated into this little jetty here. Look around here to see what else. Now this appears to be a piece of maybe ancient Byzantine tile work, pottery, grooved on each side for whatever reason. Have to leave it here because it could be an antiquity that they wouldn't let me out of the country. Hello, can I see you this way? Oh, all right. Hello. Thank you. All right. Very good.
Hepinize güle güle. Arkanızda da gelin aldım.
He says, come back and see us again. Have a safe return. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Teşekkür.
Now the great-grandchild, the mayor of the 23rd of April, her name is Elida.
Elida.
Hello,
Hello, Elida.
how are you?
Fine.
How are you?
I am Ilayda.
You are Elida. Wonderful.
That's her name, Elida.
What's your name? Ilayda.
Maria.
Maria.
I'm Tom.
Tom.
Sağ ol ablam.
Tom. Okay.
Hope to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, now you know what young mayors look like, okay? All
Yes.
dressed up for the occasion.
All
too.
dressed up.
Yes. Ablacığım, İlayda'yı da öp, iniyor. Konuştu ha turistlerle ona göre.
İlayda heyecanlandı ama.
Yavrum hadi gidelim.
Çay parası.
We are along the water.
Allah böyle gideriz.
Like a nice, yeah.
Beautiful. Look at all this. Now you know why Nicaea was the second most important city after Constantinople. Evet. As quite an impressive statue on the left-hand side, how they look like, and this is their tomb. So if you wish to take a picture of it, please do that.
Abi açın kapıyı. Açın.
Çin'in çarşısı nerede? Çin'in arka.
Of the town was Antigonus, one of the generals of Alexander the Great. This is, of course, the period of the Hellenistic era. But Nicaea was basically very important during the Byzantine time, as I was saying on the bus. And it was even more important when the First Ecumenical Council was held out here. And so we listened to it in great length and detail from Father Tom on the bus, how the Arian heresy was denied, how even the records say Father Christmas slapped Arius on the face during that fistfight, to which he had to leave the court for a few days. It got a bit fierce during that fighting. But this, of course, became again very important during the conquest of the city at the time of the Crusades, and especially during the fourth one when Constantinople was conquered. This is where the imperial crown was fled to, and used this as the capital of the Byzantine Empire. So we're talking about a city that is secondary importance to a city like Constantinople. Of all the cities in the Byzantine Empire, this stands out on its own because of its proximity, because of its size, and because of its lake conditions and fertile lands around it. This was always a place which was highly deserved by the people. So sometimes people think this is where the Ecumenical Council, the first one, took place. I have even read books saying that, but that's underneath the waters today, and this is where the Seventh Ecumenical Council of 787 took place. And we're talking about a 6th century AD church. Very similar setup in the front that we saw in St. John's as well as St. Irene. And again, interesting side rooms on both sides where you have some burial sarcophagi, especially the one to the right-hand side is where you have it. It's dark going inside, so these are just your lighting when you are stepping inside. And this is as part of the original floor mosaic. If you will recall, something like this we saw in the church of Pamakaristos. No, in the church of Pantokrator. Remember where you had tea with that gorgeous view over the Golden Horn? The imam had lifted the carpet with this piece of wood opening up. This is exactly the same design that they have back there. So this one, going back to the 6th century AD, is part of the original mosaics. And let's take some pictures. Maybe take the jet flight and the birds over the Alps. And there is a side fresco over here. You may see this if you wish to come this way. It is again very similar to what in the treasury of St. John's Baptisterium we had in Ephesus. This is Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ.
These are the frescoes in that.
Beautiful. Let me explain this to my...
This is the alcove on the left. The dome cupola. Sanctuary area with the synthronon. Mosaic. Looking up to the half dome of the apse. This is a burial area.
Bless you.
Have to pay for that. But I'll get it on my way back.
My right, where it's deep, they have found the base of a building remains dating back to the 4th century AD. And then the kilns to the left front were all used between the 15th and the 17th century. These are the original Iznik kilns. And at least you know where the famous Iznik tiles were made by looking at this excavation site. We meet back at the bus. Bless.
Hello, goodbye.
Burada. Okay.
Okay, here is the Istanbul gate from the Istanbul gate from Istanbul, maybe.
It is time for you to obey my rule and to show respect to the new ruler of this earth and to bow in front of him. I told you on that first day, here's an oil tanker going by, and this is where they're laying down. Look at the construction in the front of us. They're laying this underwater channel tunnel, which will be complete by
Şurada durayım baba.
2007. Burada değil, biraz ileride abicim.
Burada yer var gibi duruyordu, onun için.
Anladım. Güzel. It's a very full day. Adam orada durdurmayabilir dediğim gibi.
Hayır yok, rica ederiz ama o sorun değil derim. Bir resim çekip çıkacağız dersin, kolay. Ama bunlara bir şey değil.
Bulduğun tabii ilk yerde duracağım.
Çok zor.
Şurada büfenin karşılığında bir boşluk var sanki.
Burada
Herkes gelmiş.
öldüğün sene şu saatte yer bulamıyor. Artık arabadan çekecekler, gideceğiz. Oraya girmemiz daha iyi olacaktı. Çekiyorlar.
We are only slowing down because we cannot find a place to park. This is... Dur o zaman yolun ortasında abiciğim. Take it from the bus please. Resim çekiyorlar abla. Because this is all... This is a construction area here for this underwater channel. This is why they have diverted the traffic. This is one of those towers for controlling the traffic, and the first bridge over the Bosphorus, which we will actually be cruising under tomorrow. A very small mosque on your left hand side, please note that, built by Sinan. That's the Shemsi Pasha Mosque, a minute mosque right on the water.
Japonlar yapıyor şimdi.
Evet abi.
Burayı Japonlar yapıyor. Bu Japonları da bizim bir arkadaş işine almış. Bunların yüzünden apar topar şirket oluyor.
I can definitely tell you this is a very empty day on this bridge. Biraz yavaş gidelim sağ taraftan. Look, that is a military high school with two towers from the 19th century, the second bridge. If you look down to the right, this is the Beylerbeyi Palace with the old pool in the back. This is from 1865. It was built between 61 and 65. When you were having the Civil War, they were building this palace right here. And look at all the water that's running in front of it at a speed because of the upper currents and the lower currents, which I will explain to you tomorrow. But look at the sunset in front over the Golden Horn, and look at Constantinople now to the left, everyone. That is a beauty. Blue Mosque, Saint Sophia Topkapi Palace all together, and to the right side of the University Tower with four minarets. That is the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent. This is definitely one of the best views in town as we are driving back to Europe. Very soon that sign Father Tom told you about will be on your right hand side. Tomorrow it'll be a delight doing this cruise on the Bosphorus in the morning. And the high rises of the European Istanbul ahead of us. And that yellow sign is the sign. Nereden gitmeyi düşünüyorsun?
Barbaros'tan ineceğim.
Hi there. Hi, Birdie. Hi, we're back. We're back. Did you miss us? Oh, you don't want to talk to me, do you? You just don't seem to want to talk to me. Oh my, you're just looking at me with suspicion. Well, how about these little cute ones? There you are. Oh, you're running away from me too. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Hey there. Hello. Okay. Okay. We're going into Rustam Pasha now.
We'll take off our shoes at the entrance, everyone. Carry our shoes into the mosque with our hands. Yok, içeri koyuyoruz. Elimizden alıyoruz çünkü grupla karışıyoruz. Take your shoes. With a Turkish store, him to fill out the Uvers where the ablution was done, because there were days when we had no water. Okay, there was shortage of water. Now Istanbul has water till the year 2040 because they have invested a lot of money into it. So this man was in charge of filling these Uvers whenever there was shortage of water so people could use it. After a while, it became a boring job because there's nothing too great about filling the ewers and lining them up, okay? So when people would come in, they'd take one of the ewers and do their ablution. So after a while, he decided to take charge. So when someone would take this ewer, he would say, don't take that, take that one. So this went on for a while, but someday comes this guy, he's a little tempered guy, and he says, I want to take this one. What's the difference? This is a ewer, that's a ewer as well. So the man says, that's a ewer, that's a ewer, okay, but I'm the guy in charge of the ewers. So you take what I tell you to take. This is exactly what he's doing. You can put the shoes right here or right there. Doesn't matter. I leave it at that. The best Turkish tulip tiles, Iznik, second half of the 16th century, raised red. Feel this. Feel this right here. And you will know what I mean. That's the secret that was lost for centuries, which has been recovered recently. It glitters when you look at it from a distance because of its raised red. Better here. This one here as well. Some are better than the others in the art they have. But this mosque is fully decorated, wall to wall, with the best Iznik tiles anywhere in the world. A few of them outside have been stolen, unfortunately. Mosques are being vandalized for tiles, or for this British grandfather clocks. They're trying to steal them. from the mosques. Or they're trying to steal, unfortunately, with most on either side of the prayers, each like we saw in the room, which this one doesn't have. But this one has a fantastic front where you see the microphone. And look at the design inside that section. It was finished in 1560 by Sinan or Rustam Pasha, who was the prime minister under Suleiman the Magnificent, a very successful prime minister. And so this little mosque has one minaret and the central dome. But look at the difference Sinan has created with the arches around the dome. Now, this is his exact copy in small size of the largest mosque he ever built in Edirne, which is the Greek frontier, where we have ancient Adrianopolis. In that town, he has the Mosque of Selimiye, which is exactly like this, and it's a little larger than Saint Sophia and a higher dome. That's where he has surpassed, finally, Saint Sophia, which was not done so until then. But of course, when St. Peter's came along, it was far larger and different, of course, as a design. And that was 1615. That's after Sinan died. So Sinan's most achieved section as a mosque was in Edirne, and it's exactly this design on a much larger scale. Right? He's not using the large half domes around the dome, but he's using several smaller quarter domes, as we call it, with arches connecting. And again, you have the left aisle, the right aisle, as well as the center nave that you find in a church. Because this is under one dome, which comes from Saint Sophia after all. It's beautifully designed, everyone. Let's get our pictures. Each tile is different. I will take pictures of different designs. And then we'll be leaving because there's more to do. Okay? So just take your picture.
Here we are outside the Rustam Pasha.
That's a beautiful design, right there, with the prayers niche. You can see Kaaba, the house of God, with that one, as a tile. And look at the tiles on the extreme right, how they're missing, because they're stolen.
missing tiles.
Look at it this way. This size tile, if it can be sold for $100,000, there's lots of underlying structure. And there's one guard. And he's watching the shoot.
There's a Kaaba. We're on our way to the spice market.
This means coffee in Arabic. That's where it came in 1522. And Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent was offered the coffee, and he drank it, he okayed it, so the rest of the people could drink it as well. So that's the beginning of the coffee street from the 16th century. And then we're entering into the spice market. They have several hundred shops, like maybe 400 shops and stuff. I will take you to one shop where my wife deals. So I learned from her all these saffron differences. So I will take you there and explain all that to you. And then from there on, we must walk across to the ferry and be there at 10:15, which leaves at 10:30. So we get our tickets and get on the ship, okay?
Here's the side entrance to the Spice Bazaar. And you smell the coffee here.
It's
1522.
and you can smell it.
Ahmed Street means coffee. And here's the coffee company.
Gel benim önüme. Bir kalın lan beraber. Kapıya ederiz sen. Bir kalın lan beraber. Tamam gelsene.
Chocolate. Okay, now here we are in the Spice Bazaar. Okay. Okay, this is where they get the saffron. Go ahead. No, I've been here before.
Alo.
The doctor. there's the Rustam Pasha Mosque from the square in front of the Spice Bazaar.
5 years ago, it was not
And it has once you're finished with the leeches.
Get your fresh leeches right here.
All right, this way.
No pig's feet. Lamb's head. Oh, look at that.
I brought you here for fish. Don't look at anything else. I'm not responsible. You should have never said that. Now, this is sea bream. Sardines. We had this before. Sardines. And that is sea bass. And that is salmon. And then in the back we have turbot, the big one. And bonito on the right. Different types.
Nice view of the new mosque as we walk towards the boat, the Bosphorus.
Take some pictures here. It doesn't get better with the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent in the back.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
There's the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent. And there is the Yeni Mosque, the new mosque. And there is Aydın. Hello. There's the boat that we're going on. And the tulips are still out, which is marvelous. And as we're waiting for the Aydın to pick up we see this beautiful view of a tour bus, and behind it the new mosque, and just to the other side another tour bus and the Mosque of Suleiman. There we are. The Mosque of Suleiman and the new mosque and the tulip.
This should leave in about 12 minutes. Wrong time. The seats are not numbered, are not reserved. When the guys come around selling drinks, they give them to you as if they're included in the price. They're not. Especially the orange juices. I will finish in 2 minutes so you can use facilities which are along the corridors there. And you may need a small token to get in. A little change. Maybe 250 or half a lira, one of those. Now we're going to go up the Bosphorus, pass by the cruise ship, go under the two bridges, and I want you back here at 10 to 12. Back where I will be. This is where I'm going to be. Please come back here. You can wander wherever you like, what you have to your wallets and handbags. As long as you come back here at 10 to 12, you're okay. How's that? And then It'll be Europe on the left as we go up north, Asia Minor on the right. We will pass by the Dolmabahce Palace, where we drove by first en route to Ankara with the big chandelier and the carpet in it. Remember that one? That's from 1856. And then on the left again, on the European side, we will pass by Chiron Kempinski Hotel, which was the old palace converted into a hotel. 6-star hotel in Istanbul, right on the Bosphorus. It's a palace, also from the second half of the 19th century. As we go under the bridge, shortly before, there will be a mosque before the bridge. Near the mosque is the synagogue and the church, all together, that I told you en route to Ankara. And as we go under the bridge, on your right, Asia Minor, is the summer residence, which is Beylerbeyi Palace, that we drove by last night, and I said was built during the Civil War years. And then we'll continue towards the next bridge, where you will see two castles on either side. The bigger one on the European left side, from 1452. That is the shortest distance between the two continents. And then we'll keep going north, and at 10 to 12, I shall see you back here. It's a very crowded day, unless you take the risk of losing a seat and feeling okay till 10 to 12, you're welcome to leave the spaces. I brought you on time, so we have a space. But that's as far as it goes, right? And if you are going to use the facilities, please listen to your nurse and let it open like put jackets to make sure that it belongs to someone in the group if you are going your way to come back. Or else, you're welcome to stand up, and I will see you back here at 10 to 12. Thank you very much.
So Angela, on this last day of the pilgrimage, has it been a good experience for you?
It has been a good experience. I did not know what to expect. I came in with a very open mind. It's a brand new part of Europe I had never seen before, and it has been a wonderful experience. Each day has been different. I would recommend it to anyone, especially teachers.
All right. And your word is important because I'm going to be aiming for teachers this year. Yeah. Good.
Ideas to the classroom.
Pardon me?
Authentic ideas, rather than just what they tell you in the book.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as a repeater, this is your second time.
I would say that it is difficult to compare the two because each one was a separate adventure. I have learned things the second time that I didn't learn the first time. I have refreshed my memory, and I am very glad that I made the repeat trip.
Wonderful. What was the best thing of this trip that we did not do last year for you?
I would say the experience attending the Friday prayer service in the Suleiman Activity Center, because I don't think I would have that opportunity in any other context. I also appreciated the struggle up the hill to St. Paul's Cave, and was glad I made that effort. Those were unique opportunities, and I think that's what I found about the second trip was there were many experiences we did not have the first time that came the second time, so it was not a duplication of my first experience at all.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we hope and assume that the next one will not just be a repeat also, that there will be awaiting the people who come next year, that there will be some new experiences for them too. So
I think each time, at least from my experience, each time you come because there was so much to grasp the first time, when
Thank you, Anne. Now, Clara Lou. As a second timer, also, what was your impression this year? What was your impression this year?
It was 100% better than last time, I believe. It's been a wonderful experience, and I learned more this time than I did on the first trip. The balloon ride was, just can't describe it in words how wonderful that was. And the thing I appreciate most is that I was able to go to St. Paul's cave and observe the reaction of the other people, which was similar to mine. I found the stadium on the Acropolis breathtaking. It was unbelievable. The word unbelievable goes along with it.
That's at Pergamon.
Yes.
The Acropolis at Pergamon.
And I also have appreciated how wonderful the Turkish people are, because they have treated us with delicate hands and just tried to make it fun.
Wonderful. Thank you, Clara Lou. Joy. This is your first time.
Yes.
And you came with your mom.
I did.
And do you have any regrets at coming?
None.
Good. What was the best part for you?
There were several.
And it's okay to say that it was the evenings that you snuck away from the tour group.
Snuck away.
Well.
No, this has been an amazing trip. Between ballooning, having it snow, getting to see St. Paul's Cave, getting to see the Friday Prayer, all these things that most tour groups would never get to do that we got to experience were just amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joy. We are off and we are passing by the Tower of Galata. This Carnival Lines cruise ship, Aydın's daughter is leading a tour on it, or from it today, he said. Aydın's daughter, Canan. And we look back at the Galata Tower, and with 4 minarets, the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent, and then the other mosques that I'm not entirely sure of. And there's Roger. This is still the European side. We're looking at the Dolmabahce Palace. Oh no, this must be the Sinan University that we passed on the other side. Because we are coming upon the Dolmabahce Palace. Now we're looking towards the Asian side. Looking back to Topkapi. Turkish Navy ship. Looking towards the Asian side. Coming upon the bridge. There's the mosque by the Dolmabahce Palace, and then we're coming upon the Dolmabahce Palace. isn't it? Dolmabahce. Back to the main building. We see the Dolmabahce and the mosque behind. We're coming up on the first stop. We just removed the rail for the docking to get people off. We're docking at this other ship. Here they're getting on, going through the other ferry. Leaving that dock, the other ferry boat behind. There are some other boats. And we're coming upon the other second bridge. Not entirely sure what this There's a helicopter. This one? Yeah. And it looks like the Turkish Coast Guard.
Бакин это такой водный знак, который обозначает, куда можно.
Very expensive steaks. The beginning of the other bridge. Going under the bridge.
Tamam. Bizim var araba. Ya sen. Hadi medul onları tehdit ediyorsun. Ayıp ediyorsun.
כן, אנחנו שומרים על
האונייה שלא תטבע.
אז כל הזמן תשאר פה? תדחלם ג'وا לוואדר.
באמת?
The other church bridge. There is the second.
Tam burada Sphinx'ler. Hop diye ne oldu burada ya?
Poor guards are trying to get everybody inside, and they're just being too nice about it.
Lan nereye tutulmuş? Tam Sphinx'ler burada kalıyor.
This poor frustrated little official is just trying to usher people inside, and nobody will budge. Here's a guy who is apparently arguing about being told to come in, and meanwhile, all kinds of people are still going on. Oh, this is fun. Uh-oh. He's gonna write down his name, rank, and serial number.
They're giving him a ticket. Oh, he's getting their name so he can report them.
You don't have to understand the language to know what's going on.
Can you imagine wasting your energy doing that?
Still going at it after about 15 minutes.
He's going to get him for battery. He's touching him.
Meanwhile, the folks around them are still sightseeing.
Oh my goodness.
Very
He finally caved in.
Not Not yet.
Oh, that's fun.
The European castle.
Yukarıda kaptan bey bize bir yer
This is the European castle. The bridge coming up. And here is the Asian castle, the much smaller one. There it is, the Asian castle. Now we are coming upon the second bridge. With the many Here's the engine room. Big diesel engines. There's the other bridge from the other side. We're docking at the second stop, and it looks like we can get a good view of the two bridges from here. Again, an even better view of the two bridges and the ship. And it looks like they believe in safety.
Arada biz de buradayken olmazsa çocuklarla falan beraber çıkıyoruz.
Can you imagine sitting here? Here is Europe on one side.
Tek tanrı getirilirken onları anlatıyor. Yazarı da bu.
On the other side.
Tamam. Mükemmel. Ben bunları
Preparing now to get off, and through that window is the entrance to the Black Sea.
It goes to the top end and then it goes back.
Are you ready to get off here?
Yes, we are. We need a return ticket.
We have a return
Well,
ticket.
then you can go back.
As we prepare to dock, we can see our bus out the window. There it is. Out there is the Bosporus, or the Black Sea. Here we are, just about to disembark. And there's the boat leaving for its next port, and I think it's probably on the Asian side. Maybe its last one, I don't know.
He also further discovered that Venice,
Maybe this had been filled. The road was filled some 20 years ago.
because the road was behind these houses.
And there's a marina.
Behind these houses is where the main road is, and this is an additional one which has been built over this area gained from the sea, and these are all the fishermen. Almost a mile and a half from Europe to Asia at this spot, whereas it's only a little over half a mile where it was the narrow. Some of the ships for the Coast Guard on your left-hand side in this widest part. In fact, this section here is called Büyükdere. And when I was about 6 years old, this is where I learned how to swim. And we had a beach here at that time.
Here's air and water. In the Shell station where we stopped for utilities.
7. Look at them all in
Entrance
lineup.
to the Black Sea.
137 ocean-going liners per day go through the Bosphorus, plus the 2,000 local boats doing the crisscrossing between the two continents. Just that 137 on its own is 3 times as busy as the Panama Canal. Also have, this is the most expensive fish restaurants in town, but next to it is a Burger King. How about that? Paying the same rent and managing since they opened. I'm watching it closely. Helal olsun sana be. Demek zenginlik bunu yaptırıyor insanlara abi. So basically, yavaş biraz. Look next to the Burger King, in this store to the right, what they're selling, the Jaguars. So they can afford the rent. Think of the Burger King, okay? So we drive around Tarabya, everyone, and we can see the street life being very different. But look to the left, see how the waters are running from left to the left to the right. Can you see it?
Yes.
Look at that point. Yes, please.
What do these flags represent with the doves on them?
Well, this is basically one of our political parties in opposition and their rally. So now I got the message in my cell phone. I was telling to some of you that Turkish Foreign Affairs Minister, a counterpart of Madam Rice, his name is Gül, G-U-L, meaning Rose. Mr. Rose has been appointed by the leading AK Party, meaning the Justice and Welfare Party, as it's translated into English, has shown him as their candidate to be the next president. And the first round of voting will so the Black Sea was like a lake at one time and was not connected to the sea. So with this rushing of the water 7,500 years ago, it was connected as part of the municipality ships.
The narrowest part, you can see the 2 castles and then the bridge.
Fitness
There's an exercise
machines,
part, the fitness part.
which you are noticing. You might take a picture of that lady with the scarf in her regular outfit, using one of them. Fitness machines. Can you see that? She's got her shopping hanging next to her. It's probably going to go after fitness for some shopping. Nice little cafes where you can sit right on the water here and enjoy this. But the traffic is always like maintained well.
18th century mosque made of wood, with a house style and a minaret behind.
So when we get to the Grand Bazaar, everyone, there is a main street fast through
Look
here.
at the Judas trees.
Because the houses are right on the water and there is no tide along the Bosphorus. It's only these currents which I told you about, and that anchor going by. That belongs to an Egyptian leader who lived there in the 19th century. Emphasize a little bit on the politics of the Bosphorus. Okay then.
I'm surprised there's not one up on the
Notice
top.
all the satellite dishes. Here we are at the entrance to the Grand Bazaar next to the Nur Osmani Mosque. And here's the entrance to the Grand Bazaar. It's outside.
There's a mosque right there.
Oh yeah, there's, well, it's a veritable, you know,
Also leather jacket. I'm selling leather. Vest, no sleeve, without sleeves. The boat.
You know, 4 doors in, so we'd still be there.
yeah, Cafe Sultan. Here we are outside and there's the entrance, and looking back in this outside street that has look at the vaulting and the ceilings and the domes and these. It's almost more fun than a museum. Yeah,
Well, the second floor doesn't have it, so it's only the first floor. This is the area where the grandchild of that age group.
What's his name?
Ömer. This looks familiar. We're getting there.
Getting there.
This is where I go to.
Görüşmek üzere. görüşmek üzere. Palace Hotel, 1892, where Agatha Christie wrote Murder on the Orient Express. Room 411, closed for restoration, otherwise I'd take you to the lobby. This way, please.
Here is good Pope John. This is Santa Maria in Draperies, whatever. So here is the entrance of the church.
We were here, right?
Yes.
No, we're going on the subway. Europe's oldest subway. That's right.
This is a minute and a half.
No more chop chop.
Now we can go back on the next one. If it wasn't long enough.
That was a quick dinner.
There's Hagia Sophia.
Make yourselves comfortable.
Right out on the water. Roger, how did you enjoy this this tour?
Very much.
This pilgrimage, I should say.
Pilgrimage. I've enjoyed it very much.
Okay. Is there anything that you might like to say about, say, 2 potential pilgrims next year?
I've met the most wonderful group of people I've ever met, and it's just been a wonderful experience to share all of this and to find out what I didn't know about Turkey and still don't know. It's just.
What was your biggest surprise? What was your biggest surprise?
We go to the Virgin Mary's house.
That
was a shock.
That was wonderful.
Yes.
All right. What did you appreciate about the Virgin Mary's house?
That it was there, that you could visit it, that you could drink the water, that you could have Mass there.
Wonderful.
It was touching.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tess, can I ask you, what was your favorite part of your pilgrimage this year? Being one that has repeated it, and this is your second time. What did you like best this year?
Well, I have to say that going to the Grotto of St. Paul was a total thrill, as well as going to Aydın's family home in the village was just amazing. And the pictures of snowflakes on the flowers in Cappadocia, the flowering trees, and the tulips, the poppies, all the wildflowers, and the wonderful pilgrims.
Wonderful.
Just unbelievable.
Wonderful.
And it wasn't a repeat. It was just lovely.
Yeah. And what would you have to say to somebody who might be thinking about coming next year?
I would say you can't this, that it's a life-changing experience in terms of your faith.
Thank you. Thank you, Dad. All right, this is...
Hey, look at Father Tom. He's taking the pictures.
Very good.
I'm going to give a private dedication to this group on this occasion, and I hope you'll join us.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll send it.
Wow.
This is to all of you who have become newfound friends. You've just made this trip great. It's called Nicaea, April 2007. A blackbird, caught suspended, struggles in the wind. Here at the edge of the Nicaean lake, Constantine a council called, and theologians argued, discussions shattered. Now the palace gone, the halls drowned beneath dark wind-blown waves. Here cigarette butts, broken green bottles, two lovers embracing on the shore. The blackbird finally breaks free from wind and flies away, away, away. And we pilgrims huddle on our prayered shore, caught in our holy winds, and wait.
This is Aydın's professor, Mr. Ayrak'tan. Sitting down.
Güzel nasıl? Güzel.
Geçen sefer bu
That's right.
Ready? We'd like to sing you a song from the back of the bus. So thank you for putting up with us. We know we might have caused some interruptions here and there. However, here we go.
We don't have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your refuge. I'll help you carry.
Mr. Atsur, you are the owner of the tour agency that organizes our pilgrimage. What would you like to say to prospective pilgrims who may want to come next year?
I may say this is, Turkey is a cradle of the civilizations, first of all, and also for the pilgrimage tours, you name it, you can start with this in the steps of St. Paul, and including 7 churches, all pilgrimage sites has to be visited, and which are all what you read in the Bible. We'd like to welcome to you and hope to see you next year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Atsur.
Thank you. Say very good trip back to home.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Have a nice flight, safe, healthy, and hope to see you next year. Thank you very much. Good
Thank
night to you.
Inshallah. God bless you. Thank you.
Now you have to open it.
Yeah, I know it. They're learning.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hadi abi güle güle.
Got it.
Ayağına sağlık. Teşekkür ederiz geldiğin için.
Bekliyoruz.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank
Sen
you.
abi borcunu öde eve gel. Oldu. Böyle gelip
Borçlandırma, davet et.
geleceğim dedi.
İnşallah.
Şimdi abi bir dakika dur gitme. Bir daha say yolcuyu kaç kişi var?
Say what you want me to say to you or to the group? Maybe I should
If
say
you'd like to say something to the group, you have to ask your better half, your other half, not your better half, your other half. Sorry.
Aydın şu mikrofonu verir misin?
He is the master of the microphone.
Yes.
So if you'd like to say something to the group, I will.
Everybody, I've been asked to say something to you, and in such short notice, what can I say? In Mecca, when it was our pilgrimage to Mecca, we found a bookstore where Aydın spotted a couple of books. One I agreed we should buy because the others were far too expensive. But anyway, we bought a book with a title, Pilgrimage, The Journey of a Lifetime. And I think he brought that book to the trip for you to take a look at.
No.
You didn't?
Next year.
Next year.
On the bus.
Okay.
On the bus.
That's a promise then.
Çocuklar.
Because not only the book, but all my memories are as vivid as can be because it was a pilgrimage. It wasn't any ordinary trip, it was a pilgrimage. So was yours, I believe, from what I gathered tonight. You had a special experience of a lifetime. I hope you do that again and again because I'm ready to go on my pilgrimage trip again and again every time I get a chance to. Goodbye, take care. Bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Allah razı olsun.
Araba çıkacak herhalde. Araba
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
God be with you. You take care. Look at all this in church, imagine. God be with you. Take care. And I'll see the rest of you tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
Roger, come with me, please. And where's that?
Well,
Ann is.
Love your coat.
Thank you so much for taking on this. Helping us out. Thank you. That was a great song. I chose at the end.
okay. For the four of you. Yeah. What would you all like to say to the future pilgrims.
You're gonna have a blast. Come to Turkey.
Do this
It's a
thing.
wonderful place to visit.
All right, wonderful. Thank you.
God help you.
Oh, oh, I'll put that in.
Well, everything is God willing.